horse racing industry, there's the looming possibility the Belmont Stakes, the third leg of racing's legendary Triple Crown, will be canceled. As our Bobby Kuza reports, the question now is whether the state will ride to the rescue.
If there's one thing all sides can agree on, it's that the poor economy and dwindling interest in the sport are killing the horse racing industry, starting with the city's OTB, the network of off-track betting parlors that allows for remote gambling.
I'm here to ask you to rescue the New York City OTB from insolvency.
OTB officials recently filed for bankruptcy and say in 2 months they will run out of cash and shut down, costing hundreds of millions of dollars in pension payouts and other costs. Their solution is to reinvent OTB, shutting down about 2/3 of these parlors and instead putting ATM-style video terminals in bars and restaurants, cutting the workforce by more than half in the process. But that requires the authorization of state lawmakers, so on Friday, OTB officials presented their plan to restructure.
Brick and mortar locations simply don't work anymore. It's too labor intense, they're too expensive. The competition really is internet, and we're going to have to compete on an even playing field. Unless you cut out 50% of the cost of running this and maintain or increase your revenue base, there's no way to sustain the operation.
OTB believes restructuring would allow it to eventually make money again. But in the short term, they want to cut the share of revenue they must pay to the city, state, and other industry players like horse breeders, who say the OTB's plan would mean certain death, and brought props to illustrate their point.
The proposal that Mr. Frusher put forward to change legislation would be the end of our sport here in New York.
Then there's NYRA, the New York Racing Association, which operates Belmont, Aqueduct, and Saratoga racetracks and wants to essentially take control of OTB. Facing its own shortfalls, NYRA has said it could be forced to cancel the famed Belmont Stakes.
We've got about $11 million in cash right now. We hope it can get us through the Belmont Spring Meet, because that would get us into Saratoga. But if we have any further problems with New York City payments, then we're going to be in trouble.
Now it's up to the legislature to craft a solution.
There's disagreement about the extent of gambling, that is these new kiosks, and there's disagreement about who should run the system. But, we're going to have to knock some heads together. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
In Manhattan, Bobby Kuza, New York 1.